Welcome back, one and all, to the loading screen. Now, why would we do this, I wonder? Well, this is the first episode I've been able to record since the Shieldbreaker downloadable content was released, and of course I went and grabbed it, and I wanted you all to see me do this. Yes, the Shieldbreaker will now be visiting the Brexit Estate. Let's all dive on in and have some fun together, shall we? I believe I was going after the Swine King this time. Also, there's other good news, which I'll get round to
I remember days when the sun shone and laughter could be heard from the tavern.
So, welcome back, one and all, to the Brexit Estate, hard by the darkest dungeon in the lee of the Shieldbreaker arriving. And just one moment, as is traditional recently, things happen. Chat messages and everything. One moment. Okay. Whew. So, not only do we have the Shieldbreaker out, but now the Librarian has also been released, and it is wonderful. And something I wasn't able to include in the release video because I only got the files about 3/4 of an hour before I actually released her, she now has colour palette options. So we have a girl in a nice sort of almost jade green dress with very red hair. We were going to try blonde hair, but it just looked a bit too painted on and not like a very natural hair colour, so she's got this very dark red instead, which is rare but does exist. And then we have this nice brown skinned girl in a sort of olive coloured dress with purplish bluish gloves there. And then we have this one with the tan skin and the dark hair with a slight purple sheen to it. And I like all of them, to be honest, but for little Nem, it's got to be the brown hair and the purple dress. Now, unfortunately, she's still in the hospital getting treated. I know I haven't been very well the last few weeks, but hey, she's had to languish in there waiting for me to get better. And I'm not entirely recovered yet, but I'm on the way. So, we won't have our little librarian going out with us this week, but we will have a crew going for the Swine King. Did I have any idea who I was going to send after it? Just one moment. Right, who am I gonna send? Not Rosnav, because we want level 3 heroes for this. Oh, you know what, I was just gonna go for core 4, wasn't I? Okay, so do we need to spend money on anything before leaving town? We can't get any sizable town upgrades because we don't have very many crests, and almost all of them require crests to some degree. Let's see. Oh, we have another little librarian here. Let's just give her a different colour because we can. And you get one as well. There we go. That's lovely. So, weaponsmith and armoursmith both need to go up. That's gonna be a long way off. Okay. So, let's see. Little Nemian and Stamford don't have... Good, they don't. So we can put someone in up here for treatment who does not have the Crimson Curse. Now that clumsy is kind of bad. Oh god, he believes he's... Right, yep. Rosnav, you deserve better than this, my friend. You know it makes sense. Now, Drelnor. That would cost more to remove than we can currently afford. Who else do we have? We have Ren. That's manageable. That's a bit more of a problem. Ulcina Ven. Those are all locked, so I can't afford to remove a locked trait this week. As I said, I can't afford to remove a locked trait this week. Okay, yeah, that's kind of bad, but then, you know, he is from a land where, you know, everything's a corpse as it is, so he's pretty obsessed with the concept of, you know, dead bodies. So maybe that's in keeping for good old Venga Felgren there. But we don't have many options, do we? You know what, let's fix that for now. Hopefully we'll get enough money out of this to clear a permanently locked thing on someone. And of course, at the end of the run, we should get our lovely new Shieldbreaker character class. Fingers crossed. Because town events don't come till the end of a run. And I hope she has a town event. I mean, I'm pretty sure she does, to be honest. What am I doing? So, right. This is important. We want to succeed. Oh, this is going to cost, isn't it? As you can hear, I'm not yet fully recovered from oh dear goodness. Right, okay. Let's up. Oop. Finger slipped a little there. Well, no, it didn't. My just usual. Right. Not a lot of moving in this one, so just on the off chance. Huh. Okay, what can we get rid of here? Well, we got a lot of these. How many highwaymen do we have? Is it just Dismas waiting to die? Yeah. Wait, no, who's... Yeah, Stamford. Doesn't have either of these. Okay, so we can still afford to get rid of one of each of those. Oh, blimey. We really can afford to get rid of some of those. What else? Got a lot of these and a lot of them. Do we have ourselves a... Did our musketeer die? I think she did a while ago, and it was most irksome because I got Crimson Court musketeer trinkets. You know, 1, 2 Crimson Court musketeer trinkets. So, if another Crimson Court, well, if another musketeer does become available, one of these low-level heroes may be getting given the boots. All right. Okay. So. I better keep those just in case we get a second musketeer. Always worth keeping an extra one of each trinket that, even if it's a reminder to me that I don't need any more of it. That is move skill chances, stun skill chance. Okay, those are good and worth holding on to. Yep. And now there is some money to go on this run. Might almost be worth investing in a new camping skill, but Let's see, he's got his 4 core, he's got his 4 core, she's getting there, she's got 1 more to go, and she has got 2 more to go. Which means it would be very nice to improve the skill camping trainer. Is this going to... I don't think this quest is going to level her. Alright. Trinkets. We're going on a big quest. We don't want to mess it up. Is it... What? We don't want to penalise his healing skills because the Swine King just hits really hard. That could be worth taking. There's no downsides to it. Sorry. I don't think our Reynold is quite the stun master yet. Also, I really need to update the sword wraps art at some point, which means redoing it. Okay, Dismas, you're mostly a shooting highwayman. Range skills. Dismas's head. Well, you know, who else should have it? And Velia... Yep, we don't have the really nice stuff for a Vestal just yet, so we'll just keep on looking for those. And Fennel... Accuracy... disease resistance... Now, that going into the Crimson Court, I don't know why she's... Oh dear. Maybe Witch's Vial and Disease Herb could be a good combination, but if we can get the other part of this at some point, I don't know what the item's going to be, because I haven't seen that much Crimson Court stuff yet, and I should be getting in there as well, pretty soon, because I've been putting it off for too long. Right, okay, so, off to the warrants. It's a medium run, so I'm going to want 16 food, 12 torches, extra bandages because it's for Warrens. I'll take 1 key just in case we get lucky, and a single vial of blood because Fennel here is afflicted with the Crimson Curse. And the only time we got an item that could cure it, the character who was cured was killed off shortly afterwards, and it was very disappointing. Very disappointing. You know, heartbreaking almost.
My first attempts at summoning were crude, and the results disappointing. I soon found, however, that the type and condition of the host's meat was a critical factor. The best results came from pigs, whose flesh is most like that of man.
Is he suggesting that pigs have a lot in common with the pink Himalayan mountain salt, which is 86% human? Makes you wonder if the Chinese have just been disintegrating loads of Buddhists or something. I can't remember.
A nameless abomination. A testament to my failures. It must be destroyed.
It shares 86% of its genetic makeup with humans. I can't remember if it's 86% humans or humans are 86% Himalayan pink mountain salt. But it's one way or the other, I believe. Oh, fun! A large corpse eater! Come on, Carrion Crawler DUS. Problem is, we got a swine tour here. I like the swine tour. It's possibly my favourite Darkest Dungeon monster, apart from this weird, twisted, scrawny looking arm. But it's just like, yeah. What a horrific monster indeed. Well, time to pile on the protection. 42% proc. How nice is that? And then we just need to keep... Wait, I can't remember. Do you kill one up front? I think we actually need to take out one up front. Hey, that's not very nice. You fix her up. She doesn't even have an affliction yet. I think the Crimson Curse is basically an affliction of its own. Alright. Got our front 2 heroes, Reynold and Dismas, have got their, their buffs up. They're all fired up and eager to fight. Now the hulking swine tour looms before us. Let's try and stun this bugger at the back. You never know, it might happen. Oh, it did. Nice. Lovely. Right. Because it can't hide behind this thing if this thing isn't here.
precision and power.
What a beautiful shot there. Magnificent. Wow, double knockback. Impressive. And that's a lot of stress to deal with.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
We have bonuses here. Oh, damn, plus a third extra resolve experience. She probably is going to level then. Okay, we may have our first level 5 hero soon, which means Brigand Wolf will come and kick our asses because everyone else will be like level 3. Ah. Massive disease, blight resistance, not much fun. Still quite a lot, but it might get through. Hey, it did. Oh, almost. Ah, nasty. So, some healing is in order. Stun resistance 95. So, with that trinket, that would pump it up to about 150. That'd be like a 65% chance, not 55. So I'm thinking stacking multiple stun trinkets, that's still not great. I mean, it's good, right? It's better than 50, so it's better than a 50-50, but not by much. Alright, the carrion crawler is now in the front. We can attempt to halt this thing in its tracks with a stunning cloud. How delightful. You know what, go for a group shot.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
And then just see if we can kill the body. I don't know.
Is knit.
Yes! Now, Swine-Tor, they advance upon you. Trust you are not feeling so confident now. Have it, says Dismas. Probably with a Southampton accent. Have it! You're gonna die, mister! No, that wasn't quite Southampton, that was a bit more, but yeah. Now let's concentrate on fixing him up because he's quite badly hurt at the moment. Well, no, he's not quite badly hurt, but another hefty wallop from that thing would put him in bad stead. Oh yeah, you tried to run away, mate. They'll just keep following and indeed shout at Dismas to pull himself together, man. Behave like a gentleman. Kill that thing. The swine shall not escape us. It's piggy trotters for dinner, apparently. As bullet after bullet is unloaded into the thing, and it just keeps on moving. This hulking mound of flesh and metal seeks to deny us our heroic virtues. Do not let it do so. I like all these knockbacks that I'm resisting. That's quite fun. That's quite good. Now, I need to remember...
The bigger the beast, the greater the glory.
That we are in the Warrens, so in actuality... Open vein may be a very useful skill to have prepared. No scouting roll. Oh, that's most unfortunate. But we shall press on regardless. Truly we are not the flame. Here is a ghoul. A slavering ghoul, relentless and wicked, and is getting shot at. Ghoul has fairly low blight resistance compared to those, yeah, so absolutely blight him down. Alright, alright.
Obliterated.
That's more like it. These,
The abyss returns even the boldest gaze.
these lesser carrion clearly sense the demise of their larger partner, and come crawling to investigate. Perhaps it was their parent. Perhaps they sought revenge. But instead all they found was virtuous heroes ready to smite them. Or at least one. It was smoked quite viciously. Group shot it is.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
It's gonna be so much stress. Right.
Gnawing uncertainty. The birthplace of dread.
Nicely done. And Mr. Reynolds, sir, you are on Stress Relief Central, 4650. Okay. I wonder what it would be like if a modded hero had a skill that removed horror. Oh wait, I think one does. It's for Lamia, isn't it? And for all those of you saying Lamia,
unforeseen, unforgiving.
the benefits of a classical education speak against you. Well, not so much a classical education as an obsession with the classics at a very early age. Another swine tour. What fun! And a drummer. Drummer first. Hey, that was lucky. This was not lucky. I kind of wanted the swine tour to go back and bring the drummer forward so he could get sliced. We have lots of stress to deal with. So let us do so. Wait a minute. Have it! That's more like it. Oh, very effective. Now the bleeds begin. I don't know what their chances are, but they're pretty damn high. Aha! Let's remove the bleed.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
You know, that Thunder Vestal idea is looking more and more appetizing with every passing episode.
The blood quickens.
It's kind of vampiric thunder though, which is a little bit strange. And he's on 50 stress, and we don't want too much stress by the time we get to the end of this
In radiance,
quest.
may we find victory.
Forwards rushes the hulking beast, its lance attempting to pierce the knight's chest. The impact sends him hurtling back across the room. What can they do? Well, let's start with patching him up just ever so slightly. And Dismas will desperately slice at the mighty hulking brute before him. The word hulking is coming up far too often. It's probably because it's in the creature's name. Mice bash! Hooray! Not often we get to use that, but sometimes it's worth keeping a skill in reserve for just such an instance. Okay, remember, he cannot use the gun as effectively from this range. She's going to back up to let him near the front. He shall slice away. A good old draw cut there, drawing the knife across the surface of the creature's flesh and cutting as deeply as he can. That was a lucky miss. And a group heal. Holy Lance would be really good right around now. But let's just go forwards, why not? Watch it, wait for the knockback. No knockback! Delightful. Right, well, let's get a little more healing. I think I know how this round is going to go. You can cut him.
Masterfully executed.
And cut you did. Another single target heal there. Oh. This is where they both fail the knockback. Oh, stun. Okay, awesome. Not a knockback. Here comes the knockback. I spoke too soon. Hey! Seems the lady is not for turning after all. What a surprise. Well, she can't heal this round because she's stunned, so give her a little bit of healing.
Their cursed champion falls.
And a little bit of stabbing. let's deal with some stress. Now the bad part of this is, if Fenlover's out of tier, she won't be able to go and deal with the drowned crew. It's always fun to have a Crusader, or a Leper, or a Twilight Knight in that fight, but having someone to blight them down as well sometimes helps. Yeah, you try stunning the drowned crew, it basically doesn't happen. I managed 3 turns in a row once, but that was it. Right. You know what? She's more badly hurt, so a little stress relief there. And I was hoping for a healing critical there, to be honest, but we patched her up a little. I'll give it a break, mate. Yeah, that's right. You don't stun her again. You get shot instead by Dismas. How does it feel, huh? Well, stress treatments continue. And this will hopefully be the final shot of the fight.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. As victories mount, so too will resistance.
There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's live really dangerously then. And then get a little extra food from here.
Finding the stuff is only the
right.
first test.
So
Now it must be carried home.
the new patch with the shield breaker included the trinket interaction curio tracking system, which I hope I've turned off. And actually I also know there's a bug where this turns on deck-based stagecoach a lot. I'll leave the curio tracker AI turned on for now so you guys can see it a few times, but I don't actually like it. It's good for new players who come to the game and say, oh, how do I remember all this stuff? And for, you know, old players who say, I'm sick of trying to remember it all. But for me, I like remembering it. So I'm glad that it's an optional extra. Even if it's an optional extra that actually starts turned on. Like deck-based stagecoach, which should not default to on under any circumstances and should not continue turning itself back on. And yet somehow it continuously does. Isn't there a trap somewhere around here on the map? You guys heard me say that before it came up, right? Oh, heck. Okay.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Oh, now, books. We have a priestess. Surely she is of firm enough mind to be able to take whatever slanderous heresies may be contained herein. Nope, apparently not. Oh, really? She starts cheating. Did I ever send her gambling before? I can't remember. Let us see what fine things can be found here amongst this wall of blades.
Wealth beyond measure.
Well,
Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
there's food. We can nosh up. And leave these for now. You know, we really need to get her treated, because she is a bit of a nuisance on this run. Let's light that
The
torch.
light, the promise of safety.
It will grant us some carrying capacity, and hopefully we'll be camping soon anyway. No? Really now? Okay, I'll go to this chamber. She's got the flies. It's time to gulp down that red thing that is neither Dr. Pepper nor Coca-Cola. And is equally as bad for her health, if not worse.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles. Paid for in blood.
But whose blood, though? Pray ask. Well, Mostly pigmen at the moment. Really? Still no camping. Okay, I'll go to this room and camp there. Because the Swine King is probably in one of the corner chambers, and oh look, she can peruse this this pile of manuscripts and feel pretty miserable about it. Let's hope there's no fight. I'm fortunate the Swine King was not in this chamber. Let us camp.
A spark without kindling is a goal without hope.
Our provisions being plentiful, we might as well chow down and settle in for a nice, healthy rest. We have lots of stress. You know what? Yes. Just wait, 25. Yeah. No one has mortality debuffs. I believe Wilbur can inflict quite a bit of stress. That's 4. Oh, wow, okay. You know what? Let's get crazy. There. It may be beneficial.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
The game really doesn't want to give me a scouting roll this dungeon, does it? Okay, let's press on then. Dismas, if you would be so kind. Oh, a ghoul! And a spine spawn. A foul spitter. Double miss. Well, that's a great start, isn't it? That's an improvement. Now, can we stun him? Yes, we can! Oh, the builder. I wonder what actually... It's not really worth creating a plague doctor called Roberta the Stunner, is it? Bob the Stunner. Can she stun it?
The horror.
It's a bit of a tenuous link. Right, let's group again. Wow, that is a stubborn little piggy. This little quick piggy came to barf it. This little piggy puked on us. And this little piggy got shot and acid thrown at it and all sorts because it was really annoying.
Gently. This is how a life is taken.
Hack down the unnatural, festering abomination. What's this bleed resistance? Not bad. Let's go for it. That works. A little bit of healing there. Oh, he's going to howl again, isn't he? I knew it! I knew it! I mean, I know he does howl most of the time anyway, but I just felt it in my bones, you know.
Consumes the mind.
Oh, need to maybe look at upping our accuracy at some point. Right. I see stress. Stress be gone. You never know. It could still work.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
It did still work. Alright, you evil piggy. We know you're in there. Come on out with your hands up or we'll just come on in and get you. You're not coming out? There's nobody home. Yes, there is. We just heard you. Who said that? Nobody. Me. Wait. We're coming in. There we are. Oh, dear goodness.
A travesty. A blundering mountain of hatred.
See, Wilbur gets
and
2
rage.
actions now. Right. Bleed for me, would you? And then he's going to... Oh, perfect. If you could go a little bit faster than that thing, that would be sublime. Delightfully so. You know what? Just in case he gets hit really, really hard, because it could happen. Maybe not quite that hard, but yeah. Now he's going to stun her now if he can. But she's not having it. Right, let's get some blight on him as well then. Great big fat brute. Kind of reminds me of a few people I've met in the past actually, though not with the intestines hanging out. That's just not right. Okay, double mark is really bad. Oh wait, no, that's from... yeah. That's from his own skill. Now, will the Swine King pay... perfect! He couldn't tell who to strike, and indeed missed. Group heal then. Oh, you're not looking so clever now, are you, you great big brute? And Wilbur, will you stop it? Actually, if I ever do get round to making the dwarf mod, Wilbur's a little bit smaller than I had planned for the dwarf. The dwarf would come up to about... I mean, Wilbur's up to about here. The dwarf would be up to about here-ish. Let's see. And then the librarian's about here. So maybe I'm thinking basically the dwarf would have to be around Wilbur's size, to be honest. And that would be interesting. Let's just... Any damage over time effects are perfect in this fight, really. They are exactly what we need. Alright. Slog him with that sword. Just like you were playing cricket or baseball or something. Or rounders. A man's game. Baseball is not a man's game, it's just rounders with a longer bat. And a whole load of things to do with chewing gum and peanut butter and stuff. But I don't quite understand how they relate to rounders, but anyway. No, actually, baseball has come a long way since rounders. Rounders was being played during the time of Queen Elizabeth I. The two games are related, but they're significantly different at this point. I mean, for starters, you know, a rounder's bat is like half the length of your arm. You still grip it with both hands and swing it though, you know. Gotcha. Bleed. Putrid mass of putrescence. Yes, because obsolete, doubling up of words is really the perfect way to show one's education or intelligence. I don't know.
Sedated.
But hey, we're not doing this to be challenged. We're doing this for the Shield Breaker, who will finally have a chance to appear in our stagecoach and maybe even in a town event as well. Because the Flagellant had a new town event, right? And we're plenty of weeks into the game at this point. And let's just pile on the bleed there while we still can. And he's going to double mark again. Oh, that's so harsh. And we cannot do 72 damage even remotely at the moment. So this fight is actually becoming quite challenging now. 20, 16. Yeah, but he's got like no protection and only 25 dodge. I think heal thy ally. Because this thing's going to really mess him up in a moment. Ho ho ho! How fortunate am I? Oh great, here we go. Oh, how nasty. How truly unfortunate. Keep the venom coursing through his veins. Look, he's got exposed guts. It can get, the poison can get into his blood system pretty damn easily at this point. It could hit either one of them for a big bash. It went for both, so that's much more manageable. And strike, fiend! What are you? 5, 7. Okay. So 17 in one round. I believe that's almost possible. Oh, it's more than possible. Okay, right. Healing round. Just trying to stay alive. Now, ideally, the Swine King would perish here. Wilbur would come forwards and Reynold would slay him with his sword. But that hasn't happened, so let's remove some stress instead. Oh, critical stress heal!
The thing is even more horrible than death. Liquefaction cannot come soon enough.
Oh, Wilbur really doesn't like Dismas. I think he must have some business from way back in early access. Oh, quad stun. Okay. Well, that's going to be an easy round to resolve, isn't it, Wilbur?
Attack!
time to perform beyond one's limits.
Wow. I mean, it's got a pretty massive chance, I think, but he managed to resist. Uh-oh! We are not in trouble. Nothing came along and it did not burst our bubble. Verily, I shall strike the cretinous infidel.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
So, we have a key. Let's take that key. Let's ditch the antivenom. We have an emerald. We have a blueprint. Sacred scroll for the Vestal. I believe she'll be getting it. And then a book of relaxation. Well, someone's going to be getting that. Probably our little librarian. But for now, let's see. 60, 40. Yeah. Should have probably ditched for spades. Let's head back to town. Thought about sticking around for a bit, but our packs are pretty full. Yep, she did hit level 5. That could be dangerous. Clotter instead of Cove Scrounger. Yeah, bleed resist isn't bad. Steady instead of Clotter. The Clotter giveth, the Clotter taketh away. Eldritch Hater instead of Deadly. 15% less stress against Eldritch. That's worth locking in. Right after she's been treated for the ague. As in Sir Andrew Aguecheek from 12th Night.
She has paid dearly for her freedom. That deserves better than this place.
A desert wind. A sandstorm of rumours and half-truths swirl around the newcomer. And indeed, the Shieldbreaker has come to grace us with her presence, if grace is indeed the appropriate word.
Swaying. She mesmerizes her prey before the final strike.
Now, oh, irrepressible? Perfect! Now, normally I'd go over the skills and talk through them when a new hero arrives, but I think in this case I'll leave it till the start of the next video. Let us call her... ooh, either Rashida or Jamila. I mean, Jamila's a bit more cliche, isn't it? Rashida, though, we've already got Arella. So that'd be Rel and Rashida. Okay, Jamila for now. Unless... what did I call our... Shafiq for the Antiquarian. Okay, that's fine. So, we'll be looking into the Shieldbreaker in the near future, and I believe I'll send her off somewhere with the Librarian to try and get her catching up a little bit on our medium-level heroes. So, Stamford no longer has the scurvy, Nemian no longer is afflicted with the worries, Venga Felgren no longer is obsessed with dead bodies, and Rosnav doesn't believe he's possessed by demons anymore, so that's all good. Lots of people craving for the blood. Sophie, Sienna, and Caridwen all drank of the blood, so we are going to have to go into the Crimson Court soon, but first, I would like to, you know, get our Shieldbreaker up a level or two. And we have defeated more bosses. We have the get people up to level 6 goals, which are going to take a while. Let's take a look in the stagecoach. Lots of people, but we're pretty full at the moment. I'm not sure there's anyone I really want to get or get rid of. I should also take this opportunity to announce, actually, and I should have mentioned this earlier, that the wonderful Asaro Steele, who is done the artwork for the Librarian and some of the finishing off artwork for the Twilight Knight, will soon be releasing a Hellion skin based on a Dark Souls character, one of the 2 gayest Dark Souls characters, that is, officially gayest characters in Dark Souls, Ornstein and Smaug. It's the Ornstein one, the skinny guy with the lightning spear thing and the heavy golden armor. Oh, with the kind of skinny golden armor, you know. Yeah, so when that comes through, I'll be trying that out as well and showing it off in my videos, and I hope you all looks forward to it. But in the meantime, I'll say bye-bye for now, and see you all in the next one. Cheerio!